Welcome back everybody, Tyler here with another travel video. I just got back from the Balkans, where I was able to visit Albania, North Macedonia, and Kosovo. By far, the highlight of my trip was my hike through the Albanian Alps, from Valbona to Theth. I really hope you enjoy this video. The Komani Lake Ferry leaves at 9 a.m., so don't be late. I was fortunate that my hostel made all of the arrangements for us. That included the transport from Shkoder to the ferry ticket itself, and a transport from the ferry to our guest house in Valbona. Most hotels and hostels will make these arrangements for you, but if you're curious, the Wanderers Hostel and Shkoder were the ones who helped me out. Total cost for transportation was about $25. As you can see, the ferry ride is an attraction in and of itself. It takes about 2 hours, and if you're like me, you'll probably be taking pictures and videos the whole time. It really is amazing. Sure enough, our driver was waiting for us. Little did we know he was also going to be our host. After an hour drive through the incredible Valbona Valley, we arrived at the Arbin Salimas guest house. Alright, so we have made it to our guest house here in Valbona. Tomorrow morning we will start the hike. Just doing a bit of exploring right now before lunch. The owners of the guest house were fantastic and made sure that we were well fed. My one night stay included lunch, dinner, breakfast, and a packed lunch for about $30. And here we go, starting our hike to Theth. The trail that connects Valbona and Theth takes about 7 hours to complete. It is well marked and well trodden, so you won't have any problems getting lost. Along the way, you'll come across a bunker. Now filled with trash, this is one of more than 170,000 built across Albania during the communist regime. A bit further, you'll find a cafe. It's a good place to stop if you need a rest, beverage, or toilet. There's also a cafe on the other side of the pass. Whew, okay, well, let's just take a moment and look at this. We have caught up with Timo and he has met a friend. According to the locals, these dogs join hikers each day for the journey between Valbona and Theth. I wouldn't doubt they get some of the leftover hiker snacks. This one met his friend along the way. Look at how excited he is. I thought we'd lost him for good, but sure enough, he caught up to us. Alright, made it to the pass. At this point, some of our group continued over the pass and on to Theth, but I knew I had to go a little bit higher for a better view. Making my way down the hill towards Theth, and you may have noticed we have had amazing weather here. It's been just a little cool, a little warm, right around 60 to 65 degrees, and the colors of the leaves has been insane. But I will say, if you're planning on coming in October, you just have to be careful and probably try to work your trip around some sunny days, because the friends I met in Tirana, they had really cold and rainy days when they were here last week, but it is possible. So, yeah, beautiful. Timo from the Netherlands, Adriana from Romania, Ryan from Ireland, and Ariana, the German. Great people who really made this adventure memorable. Alright, we are down in the valley of Theth National Park, and we are losing some daylight, so we're going to try to find the guest house, and maybe, if we have a time, take a look at the church that is really famous and in a lot of pictures. So hopefully we'll do that tonight, if not, we'll catch you. There are plenty of guest house options when you arrive to Theth. If you're traveling in the off-season, there's really no need for reservations. We ended up at a guest house near the Catholic church that was recommended to us by a hiker along the trail. The next morning I could see some inclement weather rolling in. I really wanted to get a few more shots of the church before we left. Spend as much time as you'd like in Theth. I really wish I had a day or two more to explore, but with the weather getting bad, it was time to return to Shkoder. The ride back to Shkoder cost $12 and took a couple hours. The government paved the road several years ago, so it's no longer the rough drive it once was. From Shkoder, I'd make my way back to Tirana and catch my flight home. Another amazing trip in the books.